Let's not go so far. Just like give me 5 words that would name the journey.
It's a life-changing journey. Immerse you in a country that has got such a rich history, such a rich, proud culture of rituals and ceremonies and festivals that our guests enjoy there. For me, a lot of questions I get asked is how long do we go for? The ideal journey would be 12, 13 or 14 nights.
So welcome to another episode of Jetlag. Where we learn from the experts. And today we are here in Bután. And it's just amazing how I cannot stop smiling, no? And saying how I appreciate us being here. And Theo today is going to talk to us about all the Aman Journey, the Amankoras. Okay, so welcome, Theo, and thank you for giving us this space so we can talk about everything.
Yeah, my pleasure. You don't have to thank me, I have to thank you. We were talking at dinner last night and earlier today, and it's very difficult for me when I go to travel shows and sales missions to explain this and explain the journey. So for you to come here and experience it firsthand, I think that to me is the most powerful. So I'm thanking you for coming all of this way to spend 6 days with us.
6 days,
Yeah.
and they've been transforming, seriously. I mean, it's been amazing. But I want to tell, like, I need the audience to understand is so transforming. And why would you say this is a life-changing experience?
Yeah, I'm glad you chose those words because when we went for a walk this morning and at dinner last night, I was explaining to you the experience I've had, having lived here for a year and a half. And then I get an opportunity to meet guests and travel professionals from around the world. And one thing I've realized personally, and one thing I've realized from you and people that come here, is it truly is a country that creates a transformative, life-changing experience. But the question is how? I think for me, in a sentence, the one thing I think everyone appreciates when they get here, and one thing they feel when they get here, from the moment you step off the plane, you feel a very powerful spiritual energy. And,
Yes.
And as you travel through the country and you go from valley to valley, and we'll talk more about the journey, I think that's something that you can't show in a PowerPoint presentation or on an iPad. You can only feel it. But when people arrive here, they feel it. It's the most extraordinary country. I think the dramatic landscape, the breathtaking scenery. I'm from South Africa, so I think we're the most beautiful country in the world. But when I got to Bután, I think in addition to the spiritual energy that you feel, you look at the mountains, the valleys, the river, the people you meet, the chance encounters you have with farmers and with Bhutanese people, it touches your heart. And it's something that I've not experienced anywhere else in the world. And we all have the pleasure and the privilege of traveling to so many countries. But Bhutan is, it's unique. And I know that that's an overused word, but it is truly a unique destination. And I think, so that's the first thing, is the natural beauty, the landscape. You feel the powerful energy.
I think those words are a very great way to describe it. It is a powerful energy.
Yeah.
And I'm here talking to you, and seriously, my heart is just like melting. I want to cry, because if I share the experience of what I felt here, it makes me want to cry. I don't understand it, because it really got to me deep inside. You know, no, seriously, I'm crying.
Well, I was going to say for your viewers, they must know that when we were having last night dinner, I think at one stage we were all in tears, weren't we?
All in tears, and it's just,
yeah.
And that energy is so powerful that I called my husband today, and I was like, oh, well, it's our last day, and blah, blah. And suddenly I'm like telling him about our walk and our hike through Tiger's Nest, no?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to make him understand what I felt.
Yeah.
And there is no way I could share my experience.
I think what adds to it is that the country has only recently opened up to the world.
Yes.
If you think about it, Amankora, we opened our 5 lodges in 2004, and we were the only ones here until 2019. Obviously, then it was COVID. And then after COVID, I think the whole world was looking for different kinds of destinations. destinations that will enrich us personally, destinations that, it's not a beautiful beach or it's not a beautiful city, but something extraordinary. And I think that's where, at the moment, we just, as a destination and as Amankora, we're experiencing so much interest, because I just think the destination, and because of the energy and the mythical nature of the history and the heritage,
It's amazing.
the architecture, the people, the food, it's like it was almost as if a new destination opened up to the world. And I think we're all benefiting from that.
And we need the world to get to know it.
Exactly right. So I think for me, the other answer to your question is why it's so special is, as Amankora and as Aman, we try to create transforming life experiences. So we've got resorts and hotels in the most remote, isolated, exotic destinations. And I think what we've managed to do here in Bután is, across all 5 of the valleys, we offer a variety of wellness experiences, spiritual experiences, cultural experiences, food experiences. And then over and above that, it's a destination that lends itself to outdoor adventure. So trekking, hiking, easy hikes, difficult hikes. The hike you did up to Tiger's Nest yesterday, I've done it 4 times. And on each occasion, it's just been a different experience. But when I took my wife up there and my daughter a year ago, they arrived at the Tiger's Nest Monastery. They were overwhelmed with emotion. And that's not something you can describe. It's and I think that's the magic of Bután. That was one experience, but as you go across the journey, and we'll talk about it in a minute, each one of the valleys is a different world, offering so many different unique experiences, wellness, spiritual, cultural. You travel from one valley to the next and you think you've arrived in a different world. And I think that's what adds to the magic of Bután as a destination. Yeah. So it's something special, as you've experienced.
No, I've experienced it, and really I'm just like overwhelmed of all these emotions that I've been feeling, because I love hiking, and I think it's something magical, because you go up to the mountains and you leave everything. It's like a meditation, and it's like you walk and you get rid of all these thoughts that are not supposed to be with you.
Exactly.
No,
right.
you're not supposed to be carrying them. And well, yesterday there were 7 hours of walking meditation. So, I mean, I left so many thoughts there, and I got so many that I needed back, because half of my going down, I was with one of your most amazing guides. And I mean, really seriously, and I'm saying this because, as Theo said, it's been 20 years that they've been opened. And people are so loyal here that they've been working here for 20 years. So
Correct. Yeah.
that is one of the most amazing perks at the experience, because you get the guide that really knows
Yeah. So
his business, let's say.
as we were talking about at dinner last night, you cannot underestimate the importance of the guide in the experience, because the experience is that guide with your private driver and your private vehicle. We fetch you from the airport. We take you into our hands, and for, let's say, you've been 6 days. Typically, if you're doing all 5 valleys, you're looking at 12 to 14 nights. But that guide will take you across the country. So the relationship between the guide and the guest is so important. And as you said, most of our guides have been with us for over 15 years. So they know the country so well. They are intimately aware of all of the experiences and the history, not just about the country, but every monastery, every dzong, every temple. They are, part of their education is the knowledge of Buddhism. So you're learning about not a religion, but a philosophy. So at each opportunity, they're teaching you about kindness and compassion and the principles of Buddhism and the values of Buddhism. And I think that's what makes it, we live in an experience economy. So the experiences are educational experiences, aesthetic experiences, entertaining experiences, escapist experiences. I don't think there's any destination in the world that offers all of those than Bután. But when it comes to educational experiences, you're learning about leading a better life.
You're learning a lifestyle. You're learning how to create a new lifestyle and,
Exactly.
and take it back. Yesterday we were all the advisors and as you said, we were having dinner and suddenly I just told them one of the most life-changing experience for me about Bhutan was I really need to take this back home.
Yeah.
And everything I learned, I have to take it and show it and practice it every day.
Exactly.
And being this kind and being this helpful and happy. You have one amazing, well, not one, all of these amazing people working in the hotels. And Karma, he said to us, you made us so happy. And we're like, Karma, good morning. Why are you so happy? He's like, because I know you guys had so much fun yesterday because we laughed and laughed and laughed and then understood that the vibe here just makes you enjoy every moment, no?
Yeah, exactly right.
So he says, I am so happy today. And we're like, we're glad you're happy in the morning. Why is that? Because you really enjoyed it. And that makes me happy. We were like, oh my God, this is just surreal. How is it possible that you can change someone's day because you had a great day? It's like the other way around, no? It's like amazing.
You make an interesting point because obviously I'm on the other side of the world to family and friends back home in South Africa, but I'm often asked the question, what is it like working in Bhutan? What are the people like? And again, we've lived and traveled and worked all around the world. That's our business and we love it. But what I say to them is what to me is the most fascinating aspect of working in Bhutan is the people that I work with have got such an amazing attitude to service. They are so passionate and proud about Bhutan and Aman and Amankora. So their kindness and their compassion comes through when they see joy in a guest.
Yes.
And all they want to do is for you to leave on a plane this afternoon with the most rich memories of their country, their culture, and Amankora. And to me, as I said to you at dinner last night, I have the easiest job in the world because the people of Bhutan, all they want to do is serve.
They do. They
That
all
to me makes it special.
But not only serve, they want us to live
Yeah.
the experience.
Yeah.
So talking about Amankora, and Amankora means Aman Journey because it's these 5 valleys where we go and stay in 5 different
Yeah.
hotel valleys, lodges. I want you to tell us, Theo, for you, or how would you, with your own words, describe this experience
Yeah.
in, let's not go so far,
Yeah.
just like give me 5 words that would name the journey.
Yeah, so I think for me it's very easy. The destination, as we spoke about, the different valleys, each one is completely different. It's at a different altitude, it has a different climate, different vegetation, a different history. So unlike many other hotels around the world or Aman properties, you're not booking a check-in and a check-out at one property. We're taking you across a country and we're giving you an immersive experience that is so rich in Bhutanese history, culture, heritage, food, energy. And so we are booking a journey across 5 valleys, and you're staying in 5 different Amankora lodges. But if I had to put it in a sentence, I think it's a life-changing journey, and it's a transformative life-changing journey.
Transformative. That word we were missing.
I
Yes,
think
that is
it's
amazing.
a transformative life-changing journey that will immerse you in a country that has got such a rich history, such a rich, proud culture. I think, as I said, it's one journey, it's one country, but you're visiting 5 different worlds. I mean, we're in Paro, we're surrounded by pine forests, we're in the mountains. If you go to Thimphu, it's a different experience. If you go to Punakha, it's at a much lower altitude. It's warm, it's lush, it's green.
See,
You go to Gangte, and it's just that, like Thimphu represents the city life in Bhutan, and a wonderful energy of nightlife. You go to Gangte, and there it's rural farmland. In that valley, there are no more than 700 people living. And you're surrounded by this beautiful conservation wetland and forests. Then you go to Bumtang, and Bumtang is really considered the spiritual capital of Bhutan.
wow.
So there are a lot of rituals and ceremonies and festivals that our guests enjoy there. For me, a lot of questions I get asked is, how long do we go for?
Yes, that was another question, and I
So-
think it's important for us to
So
mention.
you guys have come and you've been with us for 6 or 7 nights.
Yes.
For me, I would not stay less than 7 nights, but then you would only have enough time to enjoy 3 of the valleys. But most of our guests, over 85–90% of our guests, will spend a minimum of 10 nights. But the ideal journey would be 12, 13, or 14 nights, because then that will allow you time to spend 2 or 3 nights in all of the valleys. And as I said, we fetch you from the airport, we drive you across the country, you stay in all of the lodges, and then we drop you off at the airport. So, you know, we really try and offer an immersive experience. We try to give you the time to enjoy the spiritual experiences, the culture, the wellness experiences, and the food experiences, and then obviously enjoy the outdoors and connect with nature as you have.
And it's been amazing.
Yeah, so that's
And
the journey.
I think it's very important to just mention how Bhutanese people think about tourism, because they say it's better to have less and like
Yeah,
a richer experience
it's quite
than have more.
it's
So
quite a controversial policy, and I find myself having to explain it to guests. But once they've experienced Bhutan, they understand and they accept it. So what you
No,
refer-
completely. I mean, I mean, if they tell me you have to pay $100 every day
yeah,
of being here, because for
Yeah.
us Bhutanese people, it is very important.
Yeah.
Your contribution
Yeah.
to our country,
yes.
I will contribute.
So it's controversial, but when your guests experience it, they accept it and they understand it. So the policy is high spend, low volume.
Low volume, yes.
So
Yes.
basically what it means is when you book guests to Bhutan, they're each paying $100 per person per day, and that's called a sustainable development fee.
Yeah.
That money is used to conserve the country. I mean, if your guide would have told you that over 75% of the country is under conservation.
No, my
So
guy told me everything.
Yeah.
I took notes of everything, and
So-
and that,
But what it means is
Thinking.
your guests will have a much richer experience.
yes.
You don't see many other tourists, you don't see many other people, because you're paying a lot more money with that $100 per day visa fee to experience a country that has been fiercely protected in terms of its conservation
Fiercely.
and in terms of its history and its culture. So we live in an age where so many destinations around the world are paying the price of over-tourism, whether it's in destinations like Rome, the Trevi Fountain, where you just get
Yeah.
thousands of people, or in Barcelona or other destinations around the world where the destination has been overwhelmed with crowds.
Let's talk about Africa.
Exactly.
Like we just saw
In
Kenya and
yeah, with the
that-
migration. you
yes,
just get
with the migration.
thousands of people.
That hurt my heart, you know.
It's
It
painful
did.
to see.
It's painful. It is painful.
And that's why the tourism policy here fiercely protects,
Fiercely. That's an amazing word.
it fiercely protects the natural resources, it protects the heritage, it protects over-tourism. And by paying that fee, you might think, ouch, that's a lot of money to pay. But once you've experienced the country,
It's
I
worth
mean,
it.
You said yesterday when you went up to Tiger's Nest, you were the only people there.
We were the only people. Literally, we had another group, but it was like
Yeah.
they catched up with us because we took forever for the pictures. I mean, if we would have been forever.
You can't put a value to that
There is
until you've
no-
experienced it. So obviously through processes like this and educating the market and our agents, it's up to you and it's up to me to explain to guests that yes, you're paying $100 per person per day, but the experience that you're going to have when you get here, it's a drop in the ocean, and you actually appreciate that it's not an extra expense. You're actually making a contribution to preserving such a beautiful destination.
And it's a way of preserving
Yeah.
the destination and the way of everybody enjoying the
Exactly.
destination.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, it really makes a difference.
Yeah,
It's
I
amazing.
speak to guests every day and they go, Theo, we didn't see any other tourists. I said, that's how it's meant to be.
It is.
And that's why you're paying the $100. And they go, we happily pay it.
We
It doesn't
happily.
matter.
I mean, first time you listen to that, it's like, why? Oh my God, seriously? And then you're here and you're living this experience and you're like in the middle of the hike by yourself, well, with your group, but nobody else, enjoying and being able to embrace everything that the mountain has to give you, you know, and it's just so amazing.
It's almost like it's without realizing it, that development, that sustainable development fee is giving you almost exclusivity.
To see it.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
you know what was very important for me that the guy told us, and he said, you know what, talking about preservation and the 75% of all the landscape that we can find here. And he said, the king, because here everybody loves a king, and it's a really honor to like share his knowledge, no? He talks about how important it is to generations, because we're gonna be the only country tomorrow that is gonna have this landscape, you know?
absolutely.
Every other country is having all the forests being teared down and development. And here there is no development. And I have to share with you, people, please, that there is only one stoplight in all the city and of Timpu.
Yeah.
And it's one policeman telling the cars, go and stop, and go and stop. I mean, where in the world in 2025 could you find a light of a person that is directing the traffic, you know? It was so amazing, and it's those little details that make you feel completely outer space, you know?
And that's to me is the beauty of Bhutan, because that is one experience that you had in Thimphu.
Yes.
But that's one of hundreds that you will experience in each of the valleys as you go across the journey. I think it's a country that continues to delight and surprise around every corner. Every corner, you just think, look at that, this is incredible, that's incredible.
How would you share the philosophy behind Amankora and how it aligns with the Bhutanese values? Because, I mean, the lifestyle here of the Bhutanese is a journey.
I think that's a great question. And I think that's maybe why I'm so proud to work for Aman, because wherever we have a presence in the world, we're driven by contributing to the local community. We are driven and influenced by the authenticity of the local culture and the local environment, and we respect that. So if you look at the design of our lodges here in Bhutan, we've been very respectful of the local architecture. So wherever we have a presence in these remote pioneering locations, we always respect the local culture, we respect the local communities, and we see our role and our purpose as making a positive contribution to the people that we work with. I feel a massive responsibility, because we almost have a responsibility to grow and develop the next generation of hospitality leaders in Bhutan. You know, we've been here for such a long time, and to answer your question, it's about respecting the local authenticity. When we pioneer these locations, is being true to the location and creating experiences that respect and honor the local custom, the local culture, and then share that experience with our guest. I think that is what makes Aman so unique, and that is what makes Amankora so unique, and that's what we love to do.
Yes, because you get immersed, o sea, literally immersed
Exactly right.
in the traditions, in the way of thinking, in the philosophy, so close to the people.
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
That stays with you.
Absolutely.
And
I think that's, to me, is one of the key differences between us and our competitors, because we've been here 20 years. We have the local culture and the authenticity coming through in our Aman Santis and our staff and the experiences we create. That you can't do that overnight. That is developed over 20 years, and I think that's what we're most proud of.
If you could recommend one transformative experience to every guest, what would it be? You have to do this.
Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 answers.
5?
I can't do
one in each one.
one in
Okay,
each
one in
valley.
each one valley.
Undoubtedly here in In Paro, it would be Tiger's Nest,
Yes.
because that is a bucket list.
A bucket.
When you walk up to that monastery and you think to yourself, how the heck do people build this in the 13th century?
Yeah.
So that one's there. In Thimphu, I would say it would be a hike to the Wanditsi monastery, which is near our Amankora Thimphu Lodge. That was the hike that I did when I met the monk that I spoke to for 2 hours. And that was a very personal experience that I'll never forget. In Punakha, I would say it's the famous Punakha Dzong. Out of all of the temples and fortresses in Bhutan, that Punakha Dzong for me is one of the most spectacular.
Beautiful.
I would also do the Riverside Barbecue in
No, that is the
Punakha.
best. That is the best.
Yeah.
That is the best.
So in Punakha, there's 2. In Gante, for me, it would be the hot stone bath, because we do a hot stone bath in an old stone potato shed. And that's in the middle of a potato field, and you have this incredible hot stone bath overlooking the valley, and that to me is one of the most powerful experiences. And then in Bumtang, we just introduced a new experience there where our chefs do a private dinner in the original bedroom on the 3rd floor of the Royal Palace, which is right next to our lodge. And this is the original bedroom of the first king, which was built in 1856, so almost 160 years ago. And we've just been given exclusivity to do a private dinner for our guests. So we've called it the King's Table. And that's an experience which we just introduced now in September.
Wow.
So Paro would be Tiger's Nest. Thimphu would be the hike to the Wangditsi temple, the Punakha Dzong and the Riverside Barbecue, the Gangte hot stone bath, and then the King's Table in Vomtang. Those would be
your 5 experiences. But for me, they would be the same. But I just want to say something that's been really impressive and important as we have lived this journey. And that is, we call it the advisors. It's not a thing of a man, it's a thing of us, that we said it was just the Aman way of doing things.
Oh, bless you.
It was, oh my God, really? Every time, every experience, every moment, we were amazed of every detail that you had with us.
Oh, bless you.
And it was just that, oh my God, this is the Aman way. This is the Aman way, because it surprises us. I mean, we went rafting and everybody was waiting for us and telling us, what do you need? Is everything okay? It's those details that make you feel like if you were the queen, literally, and in every place. We were just so being taken care of and pampered every minute of our journey. That makes us, because and coming back,
That warms my heart.
it really, I mean, it is what it is, it happened, and and I don't talk just because we felt it. And I think that was part of the experiences that you were talking about, what people, all these Bhutanese people, want us to live and take home and say, please take this experience and take this care for us, and how we cared for you, it made us so important and feeling so better. It was amazing.
Well, I think you asked me a question earlier about how Aman does it. I think the way you've described it is how we do it.
The Aman way.
I've been with Aman for almost 2 years, and it's with a great sense of pride that I can sit here and hear you say that. But it's truly a reflection of our Aman Santis and the team that we have. We love what we do, and we're very proud of the Aman brand, and we're obviously very proud of Amankora. And yeah, I'll share your sentiment with the team, because they
well, but because it was amazing, and we were just saying, it's just the way, it's just, I mean, how they make us feel in every moment. It was amazing. So how would you want your guests to leave Bhutan?
Well, I would just quote a guest that I met last year, who shared a very personal story with me. Him and his wife shared a story with me about some circumstances in their life and in his career. And he said to me, Theo, I'm leaving Bhutan tomorrow as a very different person that arrived 2 weeks ago. And I think that to me is the best way to describe it. When you leave the country, you leave a changed person. You leave very different to when you arrived.
Completely.
And I think you can leave that open to every guest's interpretation, because for everyone it'll be different. But you leave here very different to when you arrived. And I think that's the power of Bhutan, and I think that's the power of the Amankora journey.
And I feel the same. Let me just tell you, for me,
Yeah.
I am another person.
You leave a better person.
A better person, and with sense of just trying to be better, in your kindness, compassion, and the mantras, like how to calm your mind. And
so my daughter asked me, she said, because obviously one of the things in Buddhism is karma. And my daughter once asked me, she said, Dad, is karma about getting bad things happening to you if you do bad things? And I said to her, what I've learned about the concept of karma here in Bhutan, it's not about bad things. Karma is about doing good things,
yes,
and then having good things come to you.
yes,
And so that's whether it's doing good things, whether it's recognizing someone is suffering and doing something about it, just having a greater level of kindness and compassion. That makes you a better person. Doesn't matter what religion it is.
No, it doesn't. That's the thing. It's not a religious thing. It's a lifestyle. And then when they say wisdom, and think about the wisdom of every day, of every experience, of everything you get out of experiencing different things. And then they would say, and please, we don't like ignorance, no, and live your day by day, because you don't know when you're gonna have another day. And all those little things that they were telling us every day, they're like stuck in my mind and changed me. Impermanence. That
nothing is permanent in life, whether it's pain, whether it's suffering, it'll pass.
Or whether it is us today. No, tomorrow we don't know. So let's just, so we finish up this, I would like to make you some fast questions, a little bit about you, just to have a little bit of fun here. And if here it's very famous, the ginger tea, let me just tell you, but what would be better for you, morning tea or an evening wine?
Evening wine, 100%.
The mountains or the monasteries? Oh, that was difficult. I got you.
I would choose the mountain with the monastery on it.
Yeah, the mountain getting to the monastery. That would be that would be. So hike or meditation?
Hike.
The hikes are amazing here. What is your favorite Bhutanese dish?
Momos.
What are those? I didn't get
Those
them.
are little steamed dumplings.
Yes.
The stuff inside. I
Delicious.
love momos. Yeah.
What do you miss most about South Africa?
Cape Town.
Cape Town. I love Cape Town.
It's the whole city. The food, the wine, the people. To me, it's one of the most remarkable cities in the world. I get homesick, but I go home often. But Cape Town is special.
So one sound that reminds you of Bhutan?
The sound, the rivers.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Rivers,
We were listening to the river, but yesterday that we went to the hike, and there was this river all around it, but the river made the shrine sound.
I think,
so
that's the genius of our architects. When we built all of our lodges, we chose the best location. And at most of the 5 lodges, you have the benefit of the sound of water adding to the experience. Very powerful. I love the rivers. I can hear them.
Yes, I can hear them, and I've been hearing them since I arrived here all the time, like next to the hike, next to the monastery, and it's been like all the elements are together all the time here. That's another thing that really marked me. Like I always found all the elements together. How would you describe luxury in one word?
I think authenticity.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's very easy for all of us. Mattresses, food, spa, rooms. But to me, I think luxury is if you're able to deliver an experience that's authentic.
Yes.
I think that is what sets us apart.
That is an amazing answer. Do you have a book or quote that inspires you?
Yeah, I do. My wife and I. Sorry,
It's okay. It's okay.
if it doesn't scare you, it's not worth doing. That's what since I've met her, that's what we've always shared. in our life, in our love, and in our relationship. If it doesn't scare you, it's not worth doing.
Thank you for sharing it. Thank you. If Bhutan were a feeling, what would it be?
If Bhutan were a feeling,
Yes.
love.
Love?
Yeah,
Wow.
love.
No, I'm gonna cry. I'm telling you, Bhutan makes you have this
Love.
sensitivity. I mean, it's amazing.
I had an event at one of our lodges. Last year was our 20th anniversary, and this year we didn't have a time to do a party in every lodge. So a week ago, I had a big party for our Aman there, and we ate and we drank and we danced and we sang and we drank some more. But I stood up and I thanked them for everything that they've contributed. And after a few glasses of wine, I just said, I love all of you. So I think it's fitting for me to say love.
Wow. The first place you'd take a friend visiting Bhutan for the first time would be?
Probably to one of the monasteries in each of the valleys. If I had to choose a monastery or a temple, it would be the Punakha Dzong, because when I took my wife and my youngest daughter there, it took their breath away. The scale, the architecture, the space, the energy.
The energy. I think the
It's
energy
just,
of this
that would
place
be
is
it.
just
Yeah.
wow. Well, Theo, it's been amazing talking to you. It's been amazing being in this experience and journey. We've enjoyed every minute of it, and we go back as different persons, that for sure. I mean, talking about myself, but I mean, I'm here with advisors and friends that we go back not being just advisors. We go back being these
Better humans.
better humans and great friends who laughed together, who inspired each other, and who grew in a sense that didn't know we were capable of showing this part of us. So yes, I'm Bhutan really
No,
transformed us.
I'm moved by what you've said. I can only thank you for giving us the opportunity to host you, and giving us the opportunity to help spread the word of Bhutan.
Yes, I have to spread it
Yeah.
because people have to feel this, because it's not I mean, we've traveled around the world. And you've done it and I've done it, and
There's
I mean, there's this different magic about this place that I really need people to understand. So please, it's been a great, amazing pleasure. Thank you so much.
such a
And
Well, I love what I do is we get to meet people like you, and we had an amazing dinner last night.
yes, and we always
As
have
I've
fun.
heard these stories, but it's special. So thank you
No,
for giving us the
it's
opportunity.
been amazing. So thank you, and please come and visit Bhutan. We'll make the best Amankora journey for you. Thank you. Thanks.